Okay, hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another Facebook Live here at Eight Letters Bookstore and Publishing. This is your host and your curator, Cindy Wong. And for today, we're going to launch another writer from Leyte. So sabi ko nga kahapon, we have a back-to-back book launch this weekend. I hope, this cures your um, this can be your remedy for the gloomy weather that we have today. And pasok na pasok nga naman sa word na remedy yung writer natin for today because she's a doctor. Yes, we're having a doctor here. The doctor is finally in. That's the title of the book. Here you go. Here's the book. And I'm going to let Doc Jervy tell you more about it in a while. Okay, Doc Jervy, are you in?
Hi, Miss Cindy. How are you?
Hi,
Thank you for
very
having me
good.
here today.
Thank you, Dr. V, for gracing this show. So as we all know, we're going to launch your book. The doctor is finally in. So perhaps you can tell us more about yourself. Who is Doc Jervy Garcia?
Okay, po. So, hello everyone. It's kind of rainy Sunday we have today. So, I'm Jervy Plimaco Garcia po, a licensed MD from Leyte. I came all the way from Leyte, and I was sorry, I'm so nervous today. And by the way, I want to express my gratitude to Miss Cindy for being such a patient, very helpful talaga siya. And wait, my book is about it's an inspirational book about a doctor who was kind of looked down initially because I did not proceed to the medicine, to the mainstream medicine, just that easily. I had my
Mm-hmm.
obstacles, I had my piece of hardships and difficulties before being able to get into the med school. So I think those my MD journey is kind of not really unique, but of course,
Mm-hmm.
it's not same for every student or doctor. And I think those hardships or obstacles that I have been through, I want to share it to the people because I do not only have this these hurdles along the way, and I want to share it. And I think I want to shed light and positivity to all of the readers, MDs or not non-MDs, because all of us go through a lot of uh, painful difficulties in life. Thank you,
Ayan.
Miss.
Thank you, Doc Jervy. Ayan. So yes, so it's this book, The Doctor is Finally In, is an inspirational memoir by Doc Jervy. So when we were reading this book, syempre dumaan to sa editing process, sa book conceptualization process, and reading this book, I could really feel um, what you went through and what you're going through. I think napaka-relatable niya. Lalo na ngayon, lalo na sa panahon ngayon. May retrograde retrograde daw
Yes.
sabi ni Chris. So medyo matatapos daw yan by October. So may mga hurdles talaga. Kung may mga hurdles, mas mahirap pa na hurdles. So Dr. V, can you tell us more about your journey naman pagdating sa paggawa ng libro na to? I believe you went through a 90-day book writing challenge by Miss Sha.
Yes po.
Mm-hmm.
I I went through that course, that 90-day book
Mm-hmm.
writing challenge, but it took, I think, more than that, 90 days or 3 months. To be exact, I had 6 to 7 months um, of ha- um, of that book already.
Mm-hmm.
So the writing is not just the writing in itself, the manuscript, and I found that 8 letters. I found 8 letters through a lead from a friend.
Mhm,
So I was
mhm,
kind of stuck on that of finishing my manuscript, and then I went like, what's next now? And
mhm,
so because Misha, and I want to thank Misha, of course, because
mhm,
she is very inspirational, very insightful about helping us um, author would be authors to write their own books and become authors. But along the way, it's kind of Misha is her course is about writing, and the
mhm,
publishing itself is a different story. So
mhm,
I am very thankful for the I'm very thankful to 8 letters, because it wouldn't be it wouldn't be that possible for this book to be launched and to be that kind of paperback book if not because of their help, of course.
mhm. Thank you, Miss Jervy. I also find no when we were in the process of creating your book, I could see you as a doctor. You're very precise when it comes to writing. You're very everything has to be exact. Parang kailangan uh, no, I don't want to say this word, perfectionist, but I want to say it in a positive way. I want to say it in a positive way that of course, you're a doctor. Hindi talaga kailangan, hindi talaga dapat
Yes.
may errors. Like, you don't even, or hindi naman talaga dapat acceptable, no? Kahit may minimal errors or whatsoever. Kasi, I mean, it's a book. You're an MD and you're in this journey now. Okay, I'm going to be a writer. And you don't want to produce um, something na less yung hindi maganda yung quality, so I could really see that in you. But I want to say it in a positive way. It's a positive attitude to have kasi lalo na sa Pilipinas yung mga Pinoy, okay, lagi na lang okay na yan, pwede na yan. So
Yes.
I think that's one of your traits na, I would say positive traits. At
Thank you,
dapat
Miss.
lahat naman talaga ng writers kailangan dumaan sa ganong quality check. So, Doc Jervy, why did you want to be a writer? I mean, doktor ka na, gusto mo maging writer. Ano pang meron?
Okay, I think
Mm,
being a writer or being an author has been a lifelong dream, as we all hear always from authors
mm,
or writers. But I think
mm,
um, to become an author or writer was one of the dreams that preceded becoming a doctor. So that went first uh,
mm,
before I had this dream of becoming a doctor. So I was in the third grade when I realized that I wanted to become an author. I wanted to become a writer because I had an assignment, a homework in which I was really having fun. That was a writing or a reaction paper about an educational TV series. So I was, while my classmates were very we're not very enjoying it. I was the one enjoying it. So I realized that I wanted um, to become a writer early on. So
mm,
later on, I I think I I I applied online.
mm,
Parang it's like submission or
mm,
um, book read. I think it's a article writing, content writer. So
mm,
so the articles that I wrote were not under my name. So
mm,
I think for a writer and author, that hurt a little, or initially that would
mm,
hurt, but along the way, since you are earning from it, um, that is kind of not the issue anymore. But they still have this feeling that you wanted to have, or um, to publish a book under your
mm,
name. So
mm,
um, after 20 years, I think that
mm,
was made possible by all
Mm-mm.
the instruments that God sent me now.
Mhm. Ayun. So, ikaw lang ata yung natutuwa 'pag pinapasulat ng reaction paper. But
Opo.
ikaw lang. Kasi like I'm also a writer but I don't find it enjoyable. But of course, lahat naman tayo, if you like or if you love what you're doing, you want to pursue that path. Have you always wanted to be a doctor?
Yes, yes po. I've
Mhm.
always
Mhm.
wanted to become a doctor, but um, there were two dreams that I wanted to become. One is
Mhm.
to become a pilot,
Mhm.
a female pilot, but then I
Mhm.
realized that we cannot afford really we cannot afford flying school. So
Mhm.
I settled for being becoming a doctor. And
Mhm.
I realized that my parents wouldn't approve at first because I don't know, I didn't want to hear what the reason was, but
Mhm.
instead I I was speculating maybe we didn't have enough funds because of the many the many factors
Mhm.
coming in our way. But it took me 4 long years that to be able to materialize this dream of mine.
Mhm.
And along the way, I think I wouldn't trade those 4 long years of waiting
Mhm.
because of the many realizations that I have
Mhm.
come to know. And also, I think I wouldn't be able to value all the opportunities that I have that I had after.
Mhm.
If that was not it that if it didn't took 4 years of my
Mhm.
my life.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. So yun nga, dahil sa 4 years na yun, lumabas na tong libro na to, The Doctor is Finally In. When I was reading the book, I could see na napakaraming realizations along the way. Especially, you have these conversations with your friend, and you have this conversation with your parents, if you're going to push through, becoming a doctor. So, um, I mean, so now, where is Doc Jervy right now? Are you you're a family physician? So
Yes po.
yes, okay, that is in Leyte. Um, so how is it like? Are you satisfied with all the hardships? After 4 years ago now that I'm finally a doctor. Mm-hmm.
Definitely, miss. I think I didn't really I didn't really plan going to family and community medicine field. I
Mm-hmm.
instead wanted originally to become an orthopedic surgeon, but
Mm-hmm.
because of the many factors again that came along, one is the COVID-19, another
Mm-hmm.
is I'm planning to become a doctor. I'm applying abroad
Mm-hmm.
and become a doctor there if God permits.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it really somehow satisfies me that here in the Philippines, becoming a family physician, family not only a family physician but also a community advocate, community medicine advocate, I think I'm really paying it forward
Mm-hmm.
um before leaving my career here in the Philippines. I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to touch many lives as many as I could. And I think that enabled me because I went into this I embarked on
Mm-hmm.
this field, the family and community medicine. And so I think I wanted to pursue my career even abroad, because not only that I'm helping others, but there are many Filipinos in abroad, and I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
help them also the way I help Filipinos here in our country.
Ayun. Okay, thank you, Doc, for that answer. Parang pang Miss Universe. um, sige,
Yeah.
pang Miss Universe yung sagot. But of course,
Yeah.
syempre, no, bago tayo mag-abroad, I mean, it's good to help our countrymen kasi lalo na rin ngayon, may shortage ng nurses and doctors dito. That's what I've been reading. So,
Yes.
Doc Jervy, can you also tell our viewers right now what will they get kapag nabasa nila tong libro mo? Anong meron sa Doctor is Finally In? Of course, there are these hurdles and hardships, but meron bang ano dito, like, sabi mo nga inspirational, may ano ba to, secret how
Mm.
to overcome, ano ba?
Yes po. What is unique
Mhm,
about my book is that for non-medical people or non-MTs, I originally uh, presented it. Um,
mhm,
each chapter I began with some kind of stuff
mhm,
like the organs or
mhm,
um, the body systems that are for me relatable to what I'm going to parang I wanted to present to the audience or to the readers. So, like for example, initially in my second chapter, I had it the Bregma of life. So
mhm,
most of the non-medical readers would not be able to get what is Bregma of life. So it is likened as an intersection. If
mhm,
for non-medical, it is uh, it's like a strange word for them. So
mhm,
I I had an explanation or a description of what a bregma is. Of course,
mhm,
backed by references, medical references, and along the as I as I went along the chapters, um, I had it explained why I
mhm,
chose that kind of medical language or medical description,
mhm,
and so and also towards the end of each chapter I had prepared especially prepared doctor's advices. So if I
mhm,
was talking about bread my life, I was like explaining why how I chose that
mhm,
like in an intersection. It's like very confusing which one to take, which path to take.
mhm,
And so towards the end, the doctor's advices would have let's like a synthesis of the whole chapter and
mhm,
what I wanted you to realize, wanted you to help realize after reading the chapter.
mhm. Okay, wow. Okay, so yun nga, parang kahit hindi ako doktor,
Yes po.
I learned some new words, medical terms na pwedeng
Yes.
mai-apply din sa buhay. Ayan. So, wow, okay. So, yeah, that's one of the good points sa libro na to. It's not just an inspirational book, but marami rin kayong matutunang medical terms. Okay, so Doc Jervy, were there times na like you struggled in writing this book, and how did you overcome it?
Opo, miss, many times already because of course my schedule is very loaded.
Mhm,
I'm currently a resident physician, and being
mhm,
a physician resident trainee, we have a lot of schedules. We have a lot of projects, research, and
mhm,
I was really very intimidated by by the by my loaded schedule. Sabi ko
mhm,
nga, I think if not now, I believe I would have launched it or have finished the book, writing the
mhm,
book early next year pa po. So
mhm,
I really did not expect, but I was kind of expecting already na I wouldn't be able to have it launched or have it finished this year, so that I
mhm,
will not get very I will not get hurt that much. But then uh thank heavens that I was able to
Mhm.
pull it off. Like
Mhm.
now, even though it's not that 90-day, um I was able to have to have it done like
Mhm.
this year.
Mhm.
Talagang I cannot really imagine it. I didn't really expect to have it finished this year. And so I'm very thankful
Mhm.
to all the key players of that book, of
Mhm.
course, with your help. You really is such a very nice person, I think.
Thank you, Dr. V. So sabi nga nila, it's better late than never. So hindi
Yes
man
po.
na-meet yung 90 days na yon, I mean, 120 days. I mean, it's alright. Parang pasok pa rin siya, no, sa bucket list ni Doc Jervy. So,
Yes
Doc
po.
Jervy, paano, may mga susunod ka pa bang isusulat? What's next for Doc Jervy? Will you have another book, or will you just focus on, going abroad?
I think when you become an author, when you are a writer by heart, you really
Mhm.
intend um to make more or to write more books, especially if you have already one
Mhm.
published or already. So I wanted I want to still have another book or another books, and I want to have a variety of books actually, not only the ones that I currently have, the one that I currently have that is
Mhm.
like an inspirational book. I want it to have a varied content. I'm thinking about uh maybe
Mhm.
I would I'm I'm thinking of writing about the issues about the medical in the medical field, like because the seniority complex is really very rampant in the medical profession. When you have a
Mhm.
senior, and
Mhm.
that senior is the senior was also parang also experienced
Mhm.
such seniority complex.
Mhm.
She or he will have to pass that legacy on. And so I
Mhm.
wanted to embark on that and present it in a way that it's not only to criticize the medical profession, because of course
Mhm.
it cannot we cannot help that it really exists,
Mhm.
but then to somehow not really to parang putulin yung tradition na yun, but to
Mhm.
to spread talaga optimism and light to to your um to your juniors, because
Mhm.
i- you cannot um you it you're going to become colleagues in the future. Nauna ka
Mhm.
lang talaga mag-graduate or maging doctor, maging licensed MD, but eventually you will become colleagues, and in the next generation, maybe ikaw yung maging patient ng doctor na yon.
Mm.
So it's a give and take talaga.
Mm. That's very interesting, Doc Jervy, kasi yung seniority complex, like yun nga, rampant, hindi lang siguro sa medical community, but also in
True.
other industries. And I think that's one of the things na, parang may politics agad. So yeah, I'm
True.
very much looking forward to this kind of book. I mean, it would be great if you can let us in to the
Of course.
medical community, lalo na, I'm sure, I don't think may mga libro na kasi na about dyan o tungkol dyan.
Yes
May
po.
mga nakikita ako kasi I remember there's also another publishing company na naglalabas ng
Mm,
puro books ng doctor. So, pero parang
mm,
konti pa lang yung titles nila. I think, okay, kasama namin sila sa the Indie Publishers Collab PH. You may want to
mm,
check them out. They're Alubat Publishing, and
mm,
I haven't read their collection, their books, pero also parang ano rin siya, parang personal essays ng mga doctors,
mm.
ganyan. So I think it would be good to check them out. Para makita natin kung ano na yung available sa
Mm.
medical industry. Although I don't think na meron sila dun ng kagaya mo, ng kagaya ng
Mhm.
sayo. So,
Yes.
yeah, I think that'll be interesting, an interesting read, no, for those people. So yun, Doc Jervy. So that is what's next. So a writer will always be a writer. I'm sure meron pang mga kasunod na na books from you. Dr. V, may I know, is there any favorite part? Do you have any favorite part sa libro na to? And I'm not sure if it's possible. Pwede nyo kayang give us a reading. Ayun, basahin nyo lang to our audience for today.
Okay po. I think
Mm-mm,
one of the um my favorite part of that book is yung finale na, yung sa chapter 8. It
mm-mm,
has 8 chapters actually. So yung finale is yung 8th chapter, which is also relatively the longest chapter among 8
mm-hmm,
chapters, because dyan parang binuhos ko na talaga lahat.
mm-mm,
Because that was the time that I started my internship. So that is a postgraduate internship. So doctors would finish you would usually finish 4 years in the medicine course, and after that,
mm-hmm,
after graduating from that 4 year course, we'll have a 1 year postgraduate internship. So talagang dyan binuhos ko siya because
mm-hmm,
yung sa PGI ship ko is outside Leyte. So
mm-hmm,
if you imagine that one, if you can just imagine how a mom would feel.
mm-hmm,
I was I that time I had a 4-year-old son. So
mm-hmm,
the struggle talaga of being away from your kid for almost a year is really very
mm-hmm,
disturbing talaga, especially for,
mm-hmm,
moms can relate talaga to that kind of dreary feeling. So I was really on the verge of quitting. Talagang I wanted to come back na lang to Leyte from Manila because I
mm-hmm,
cannot really hold the sadness. I was feeling low, parang
mm-hmm,
I was really crying, literally crying every night for the first few weeks because I
mm-hmm,
was missing my son.
mm-hmm,
So ito pa yung hurdle na, okay, you were very excited because you're going to finish it in a few months' time. But then, COVID hit. So talagang major, real game changer talaga yung COVID because you were expecting to finish it right on time, in
mm-hmm,
few months' time, 3 to 4 months' time. But then, nag-COVID. So, nag-lockdown. I was not able to come home. So yung sa four corners ng condo unit, parang isa
mm-hmm,
siyang, for me, it was like a hell talaga. I'm sorry for the term.
mm-hmm,
Talagang, malungkot, very saddening talaga yung point na yun. And so, on that time, during that time, I realized na bakit umiiyak ako always? I'm not myself anymore. Parang nagpapakain ako sa extreme sadness. But then, when I finally had this opportunity to look on the other side of the spectrum, dun ko na realize na okay, ito pala yung gusto kong embark. So during that time, dun ko na realize na gusto kong um, sumama na lang sa husband ko who is based
mm-hmm,
abroad. Kasi that would a family would mean talagang togetherness if
mm-hmm,
the time permits talaga.
mm-hmm,
So, um, yun, mahaba siya because parang yun yung highlight ko before going into the field of family and community medicine. And
mm-hmm,
so, I parang sinabi ko dun na in quest of life's purpose or achieving a lifelong dream, sometimes you won't have a choice and you'll have to do something unenjoyable. Don't settle for one success only. So, pero dahil doon, if you're not going to settle after one success only, talagang may mga times na you'll have to just keep paddling, and
Mm-mm.
worse, to manage your to make your head above the water na lang.
Mm-mm.
So that really parang consumed me, yung sadness, yung parang not able to hug my son sa mga trying moments ko, trying times ko, when I really needed an inspiration para mag-hold on. So, hindi
Mm-mm.
lang siya pang empty kasi all of us um, really experience that kind of feeling every now and then.
Mm. Oo, totoo. Kaya nga ngayon, now that we're here sa office, no, I also have this feeling na, okay, I wanna go home. Kailangan ko ma-finish yung lahat ng task. Because, you wanna go back to your family, spend time with your family, lalo na ngayon Sunday. So, I heard your little voice, nagsalita siya kanina. So, nandiyan naman siya, no?
Yes,
Yun.
yes po, miss.
Ayan,
Wala
ayan.
namang problema.
Ayun. So there will be times na, yeah, especially during that COVID period, nung nabasa ko yung part na yun, like, oh no, pauwi ka na nga. And then, ito pa, nagka-COVID pa. So, yeah. So, by the way, para sa mga bagong nanonood sa atin ngayon, so Doc Jervy is from Leyte. So, back-to-back yung nilaunch nating writers kahapon at ngayon. So, they're both from Leyte. So, from Visayas, from the Visayas region. So, I think people should be more aware about writers from Visayas, writers from other parts of the country. So yon. So Doc Jervy, so yan, hindi mo na rin kami nabasahan, pero nakuha na namin yung point ng favorite part mo doon, which is yung conclusion. Gusto ko rin ipabatid sa lahat, o Tagalog, ipabatid sa lahat na in every chapter, there is this doctor's advice. So, may parang summary din na makikita. Um, Conclusion, yeah, sa end ng bawat chapter. So, yon. So, Doc Jervy, we're reaching our the end of the book launch show. So, will there be anything else that you wanna share with our viewers right now? Of course, teka, bago pala yan, gusto ko lang isabihin sa lahat, no, na the book is available for only 280 pesos on our website, and it will also be available soon on Amazon Kindle. So,
Ah,
ayan. Ayan. So, hintayin nyo lang yung link, but yung website, sa website natin, it's already available. You can pre-order that, or you can message Doc Jervy directly. I'm sure there will be copies in Leyte. Ayan. Ayan. So, yeah. So, Dr. V, if there are anything else na you wanna share with our readers, ayan. Hi, little kid at the back.
that's my son.
Gusto niya,
Sorry.
baka siya yung gusto niya mag-closing remarks.
Ano lang, miss, I wanted to thank you lang talaga for all the audience. Talagang very helpful tong si Miss Cindy. I cannot really fathom if um, how would my book look right now if not because of her help talaga. You're very helpful to me. I'm very thankful that I have come across paths with you. For my next books, I would want you to help me still. And to all the viewers po, to all book enthusiasts, um, go get a copy po. I'm sure you will enjoy it because you'll not only get to know some medical terms, of course, but also you will have an insight of what and how to become a doctor, what it takes to become a doctor. And of course, talagang ipinaglaban yung gustong marating. And not only that, and not only that, talagang how inspiring my journey was, not only to non-medical people but also uh, to the medical field as well. Thank you,
Ayun.
Miss.
Sige. And thank you, Doc Jervy. So, salamat sa mga nanood sa atin ngayon, sa mga nag-comments. Kina Romel Ortega, congratulations. Christine Marie Oca, congratulations. So, si Jayan, nagsalita siya ng waray dito. Congratulations po.
Wow.
Hindi ko na mabasa lahat kasi nakawaray siya. Iba yung waray sa Bisaya, Cebuano. Meron
Opo.
ding nanonood mula sa Pasig at ayan, mabuhay ka, Doc. Ire-recommend ako ang aklat na ito sa mga kasama, sabi ni Jerome. So,
Thank
yan,
you
isa rin
po.
sa mga writers. Ayun. Thank you so much, Doc Jervy. And this will not be the last time that you'll see Doc Jervy. Saan ba namin pwedeng i-follow si Doc Jervy? Saan ka namin mahahanap?
I have only a Facebook account po, Miss. So, I'm
Mhm,
not
mhm,
really very active sa ilang social platforms because
mhm,
I'm so busy right now. So,
mhm,
yung name ko lang po sa Facebook is yung Jervy Mako Garcia po. Yung sa book ko, I think it
mhm,
was posted old name. So, you
mhm.
can go add me as a friend or follow me po. Then I would gladly
Mhm.
accept all of you
Ayun.
to become my friends.
Ayun. Thank you, Doc Jervy. I'm so excited to read more of your works, and also we're also looking forward, no, to have you in our other shows, in our podcast. So you'll hear more from Doc Jervy. So just stay tuned on our page. So yes, thank you so much, Doc Jervy. And once again, it's only 280 pesos with lots of learnings, lots of if you're looking for good vibes, this book is for you. Yeah. Thank you, Doc Jervy, and see you guys next time here at Facebook Live. Bye. Bye
Thank you. Thank
everyone.
you, everyone. God bless. Happy
God